Hello everyone, and welcome to my Solving Geometry Word Problems video by Karen Dolan. I will be completing number 38 on page 472 in the McDougall Little Geometry book. So this problem states that there is a waffle cone to the left, which is right here, and it says that the base of the cone has a circumference of 80 centimeters, and that the cone rises at an angle of 32 degrees. So we define the height, or h, of the cone, to find the length, or s, of the cone. Okay, so let's discuss some of these terms. So the radius is this halfway point through the bottom of the cone, and it's almost like you can take a wedge out of the cone. The circumference is this bottom boundary of the circle. And once again, when you take it out, it kind of looks almost like this pickle wedge. Okay, so now let's solve. So it says that you have the circumference, which is down here, and they said that this is 80 centimeters. But you do not have the radius, or the height, or the length. So first we want to find the radius. So to find this, we would do radius is equal to the circumference over 2 times pi. And for anyone who is unfamiliar with this term of pi, pi is a symbol that equals to the infinite number of decimals, 3.14. And obviously it continues on and on and on, but you do not have to write all of those, obviously. So let's continue. Radius is equal to circumference, which is 80, over 2 times 3.14, which you can see right here. Okay, radius is equal to 80 over 2 times 3.14, and that equals 6.28. Now you just divide 80 by 6.28, press enter, and that gives you 12.73. Or, if you wanted to, you could round up to 7.4. Because it was 7.38, you can round up, so it can be 12.74 to give you a more accurate result. So, this radius right here that we didn't know what it was before, now it would be 12.74. But that looks really messy, right? So we can actually redraw it. So now that you see we have this right triangle where it's outlined in blue, let's redraw it. So here we have the radius, which is 12.74. The reason 80 is not the base is because we used 80 to get the 12.4. So that's the whole circumference of the bottom, while the radius is just this part, and how it ends right here. Let's continue labeling. 12.4 on the bottom, then we have the height, then we have the length. But how do we find both the height and the length? To find the height, I am going to use three things. We have sine, cosine, and tangent. You may recognize these from before, but sine is used when you have an angle, and you can use both the numbers to solve. To remember these, you can use so, ka, toa, and this simply stands for sine, opposite, Excuse me, the pen was actually on the eraser and it was kind of glitching out. So let's start over. SOHCAHTOA stands for sine, opposite, and hypotenuse. Okay, using this information, we can see our right triangle here and here, that we have the angle of 32. So using this one angle that we know, we can go off that and use sine, cosine, tangent to figure out how to solve for these. So let's start out with sine. Here we have opposite, and the opposite of angle 32 is h, and then we also have hypotenuse, which is s. We cannot use these because they are both variables, and we need both a number and a variable to solve for one of them. So this one we cannot use. Okay, so let's instead use cosine. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So using this, we can see that cosine would be adjacent, which is right here, and hypotenuse. Alright, this works. We have both a number and a variable. Let's solve. So to solve, I said that we were using tangent. So to solve for this, you would write tan, which is short for tangent, and then put the angle in here, which is 32. Close your parentheses and set that equal to opposite over adjacent. So let's do that now. H over 12.74. And now you'd cross multiply. So when you cross multiply, that should give you 12.74 is equal to the tangent. Oh wait, I'm sorry. It's not equal to, it'll be times the tangent of 32. And then you'd set that equal to the variable, which is h. Okay. Now, this is really simple because all you have to do is just simply type this into your calculator. 12.74 times the tangent of 32, close your parentheses and hit enter. You should get 7.96 equals h. Now, you probably want to round it up because it looks cleaner and it's more efficient. So I would round this up to 8 is approximate to h. Okay, now that we have our h settled, we can erase the variable and step in with the real thing. 8. Okay, now all we have to do is find s. So to find s, you would simply use the Pythagorean theorem since you have two sides. So this is a, this is b, and this is c. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. 8 squared plus 12.74 squared equals c squared. Let's type this into our calculator. 8 squared plus 12.74 squared. This should give you 226.3. 226.3 equals c squared. Now, since you settled the square, you have to make the square root. Square root of your answer should give you 15.04 equals c. Or, if you just want to round to the 10th, it can just be 15 equals C. Okay, so now that we have this, we can erase the variable and step in the real number, which is 15. Okay, and that's how you solve it. It is all solved for you. Now, thank you for watching and tune in next time.